Is it visible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I think all others are informed that I am taking the class in Microsoft Teams. Okay, so in this class, I'll mainly be talking about signal handling in operating system. And this is one of the important topic in the way the operating system handles inter-process communication. So the idea is as in real life, we need to communicate with each other, and that in many of the occasions we do it by sending different kind of signals. We share different kind of signals with each other, and each of the signal that we send, I mean, depending on a particular event, when the receiver receives the signal, the receiver knows what it is supposed to do, and accordingly the action is taken. Okay, so in this signal handling topic, we will be basically, just a minute, we'll be learning about the definition of a signal and the various different signals that is defined in the operating system. And we'll also talk about in what circumstances a kernel need to send signals to the different processes. Then we'll talk about two system calls which is used to send signals and to deal with signals. We'll talk about that, the system call kill and the signal, and we'll take some examples. Okay, so before we get into the details of what signals are in the terms of operating system and how they are issued and what is the purpose, their names, let us take some simple examples of real life signals when we need to send real life signals. Okay, so the point is, say there can be different occasions where we need to exchange signals. Say for example, the HOD, she has fixed a meeting which and he need to inform me about the meeting. So there are many ways she can inform me, or many ways she can signal me about the meeting. So maybe in my door latch in the office, she can stick some there can be some sticky note that come to my office, and then she will let me know that about the meeting. It can be through a message also. She can drop a WhatsApp message or SMS informing about the meeting timing and all. So the thing is, when we talk about signals, some kind of signals that she wants to pass on to me, then the point is why the signal is required, or the reason for raising the signal, that is important. The event that triggers the signal. So it can be departmental meeting, it can be a normal meeting, whatever. Who issues, the person in our real life who issues the signal, maybe in this case it is HOD. To whom, maybe it is intended for me. Which signal, in this case we are specifying the type of the signal, maybe in form of sticky note or maybe in form of messages, electronic message. Now generally signals, she issues a signal does not mean that I receive the signal immediately. This may not happen in real life, because if she sticks pastes some note in my office room, once I arrive in my office, then only I can see. So the signal will be delivered, or the signal will be intimated to the intended person only if he is active or whatever. So in this case, whenever I am in office, I can receive the signal, and in this case, action generally, in the first case, I'll be probably visiting HOD's office and we'll talk to her about why what kind of meeting it is, on all these details. In case of a message, probably maybe that my phone was it was in a silent mode, and the data was also not available. So when I enable the data, it gets delivered in the WhatsApp, and then I immediately reply. Over WhatsApp itself, I inquire about the reason and the venue of the meeting and all this. Maybe that some of my colleague like Sujoy wants to inform me about or tea break, I mean, he wants to call me in the tea stall. So there's a missed call alert, and that is also intended to me. And the signal is a mobile call. And when it is delivered, maybe that although he has given me a call, but my phone was switched off. Once I switch on my phone, I got the missed call alert like that. And the immediate action is I need to I just immediately call back that whether you are still in the tea stall, I can just join you. Or it may be the my scholar comes for forwarding a letter and he presses the doorbell. Okay, so in this case the issuer is the scholar, again intended to me. The type of the signal is ringing the bell. When it delivered, now in this case it is immediately delivered because I am in my residence, and the action needed is I sign the papers that he came with. So what I mean to say is, whenever so we say that these are all kind of signaling. Some person is signaling or generating some kind of signals meant for me, and there are different modes in which the signal can be generated, like this. And some particular person sends the signal to some other person, and there is an event which triggers the signal. Okay, but the point is the signal may not be immediately delivered in many cases. And whenever the user whom it is intended, he receives a signal, the user will take some actions. And sometimes it may also happen that I receive a missed call alert but I just ignore it. I mean, because I am busy and I don't even call him back, give a call back, or I ignored this reply, whatever. So the point is the actions that we listed here, these may be the default actions, but if I am busy, I can simply ignore the default actions, or I may also rewrite the actions, default actions. Okay, so the purpose of a signal is to enable interperson communication. So these are examples of signals in real life, and in the operating system environment also there are many such instances where signals are generated, they are issued, and mainly intended to some particular process or a set of processes. And the processes, once they receive those signals, they are supposed to take some actions. There are defined actions. They may opt to ignore those actions, ignore the signal, or in some cases the processes uh, may want to override that particular action. Okay, so if we take some examples in the operating, the SIGINT. So this is one signal that we'll see. So let us first check it. Say a particular program, just ignore all the details of this f1, f2, these functions, just focus on this. So in the main function, what is written? It is just a infinite loop, infinite for loop, and it does basically nothing, because you see we have commented all other statements. So it's just an infinite loop. Okay, so in this form, if I compile this, can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. You can hear it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if I compile it, if I run it, what is expected? It's an infinite loop. So it goes on and nothing happens, nothing comes. It just continues. Now, if I press Ctrl+C, what do you expect? If I press Ctrl+C, if I press Ctrl+C, then what do you expect? What kind of outcome do you expect? Hello?
Sir, it terminates.
Termination.
So if I press Ctrl+C, it terminates. That's fine. So if I make some changes, say for example, I do something like I do something. I'm coming to the details later on. I do some changes, and again I compile. And so now if I press Ctrl+C, what do we expect? Now you see I do the same. I type the same keys Ctrl+C, but instead of